Shalom. First and foremost, we give our praises, glory, honor, power, kingdom unto the Most High Yahweh, and we do so through Yahushua and Mashiach. We say shalom to all the kings out there, shalom to all the brothers, the kings on the highway on the byway doing the work of the Most High, risking the life. We say big shalom to all the sisters, helping, the household, the husband, bring out the work, those that do a diligent work, taking care of the children. We say shalom to every one of you out there. We say shalom to all the elders, those out there that are well, those that bring out the work of the Most High with love, truth, and sincerity. We say shalom to every one of you out there. Asher Shabbat Shalom, family. Asher Shabbat Shalom. This is the brother Frankie from the YouTube channel to Web Tribe of Israel on the Christ. As you already know, this is Frank. Shalom to every one of you. Shalom, shalom. We believe everybody's doing wonderful in this very, I'll say, critical time. As you know, the Most High is visiting the earth, right? Because as you know, a lot of our people still in the darkness. They don't believe in the Most High. They just want to do what they want to do, right? You got to keep in mind, you can do whatever you want to do, but can understand that you will pay a price. So without any further ado, as you can see the title, the title of this video is what? Shortage, right? Shortage in baby or infant formula or infant food or whatever you want to name it. Well, here is happening here in the cage of every unclean bird. This is the cage. America is the cage of every unclean bird. America is Babylon the Great. What are you looking for? You think Babylon the Great is a Roman Catholic Church? No, it's a part. Roman Catholic Church is part of the system. Okay, so keep in mind. Mainly, a lot of our people, you make fun of the brother in West Africa. You make fun of the people in Africa, right? You make fun of them. You make fun of them where there is a famine in Africa. That's what they teach you in the school. Most school in the U.S.A, what they teach, there's famine in Africa every day, every month, every year. They don't never have food in Africa. Guess what? He's coming on your door now. Okay? He's coming on your door. You ain't see anything yet. You ain't seen anything yet. You make fun of other places, where you talking all your weakness, your nonsense. Because that's what the U.S. system, the U.S. education system, that's what they teach. They make it sound like, well, this is heaven, right? America is heaven. According to most of you here in America, this is heaven to you, right? A lot of you never even buy any air ticket. You never apply for passport. You never been nowhere. You were born, you were raised up over here. You brag, you run your mouth because you got some TV, you got some bling 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 in your house, you got some job, and you think you're living in heaven. And you never travel. Now you need to keep your mouth shut, please. For real. You never travel, you can't talk anything about the brother or somebody who travel more than you. He know more than you. That's what the Bible says. When you go in the book of Sirach, the Most High say, yeah, he that travel more, no more. The more you travel, you get to see. You're sitting in the same land all your life. You never been nowhere. You never been overseas. Then you want to run your mouth. You want to talk about other people going through things. Meanwhile, you don't know anything. You just live in a box. It's a box, right? That got a width and a length. It's just a box. A box, you living in it. Being blind. Listen, you ain't seen anything yet, man. Okay. Your beloved Joe Biden, he got everything for you. Okay. Your beloved Joe Biden, he got everything for you. The other one, he was blaspheming. He said he's going to make America great. The other one, right? Who? Your beloved Donald Trump. What did Donald Trump say? He said he's going to make America great. How can you make America great if the Most High say he's going to destroy America? How can you make it great? Just think about it. He was blaspheming. Right? He said he's going to make America. But there is no prophecy in the Bible that America will be made great. There's no prophecy. Actually, there's a prophecy that said that America will be destroyed. That's what the Bible says. This is the Bible in the Great. And you got your beloved Joe Biden. He came and he just put in some chocolate. He's putting some layer of chocolate right on the top. So when you climb on it, you're just gonna go through the hole. That's what's gonna happen to a lot of you. So let's get into it. It's a couple articles. There's so many articles, right? Even in video, you can look it up on your own, right? But before any further ado, or before going any, right, let's go in the book of Obadiah, right? Who is so, they're supposed to be great, right? Supposedly, in the eyes of a lot of our people, right? Let's read it. This is the book of Obadiah, right? Let's go in the book of Obadiah chapter 1, and let's read from verse 6. Obadiah 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are the things of Esau searched out? That's the question the Most High is asking, man. How are his hidden things set up? So they been hiding this weakness for so long. Now the Most High is bringing out to the light. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, he's bringing up to the light so everybody can see. All I can see is Esau being exposed right now. Esau, Edom is being exposed right now. Let us continue reading. He said, all the men of that confederacy have brought thee even to the border. They brought him to the border. Now, when you read the word border, you might think he's talking about maybe crossing. No, he's talking about what? The border of the grave. Okay, when you come nigh to the border of the grave, that means somebody's getting ready to land you in it. So they brought him into the border of death, the border of war, destruction. Who? The same Chinese, the Russian, okay, the Saudi, okay, the Qatari, and the list goes on and on and on. All those nations that they seduce, they deal with, they brought them to the border. Which border? They brought them to their own destruction. Understand? That's what the Most High is saying. They've been brought to the border. Which border? The border of destruction. Okay, let's continue. He said, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. There we go. The men that were at peace, the nation that are at peace with Esau, Edom all these years, okay, after the overthrow, the Israelites that were living in Europe, all these places, guess what? They set up some new power, some new, I'll say, system with who? The Hamite, the children of Ham in Africa. They set up some new system with what? The children of Shem in Asia and part of Africa and, you know, Middle East or whatever you want to name it. And then they set up some system with who? The children of Japheth in Europe and, you know, other places. You got to keep in mind. So, that's, he said, the men that were at peace with thee, those are in peace with Esau. They look at Esau as a main figure. They worship Esau. Esau is the beast. That's the fourth beast mentioned in the book of Daniel, right? The fourth beast mentioned in the book of is Esau. So Esau, they look at Esau as God. Most people, most nations, they look at Esau as God. So they worship Esau, right? They glorify Esau. They don't glorify the Most High. Who do you think Christians glorify? Most Christians, they glorify Esau, Edom. They glorify. In Christianity, what do you see? Mainly what you see is Esau, Edom. So people worship Esau. Some of them don't realize. They don't know. I understand. Some people don't know. But what you do in Christianity, you worshiping Esau, Edom. You don't realize that. You don't believe it. Watch it. He said, these people, guess what? They say, you know what? When we tired of you, Esau, you have power for enough now. Is enough. They're getting tired. Okay, let's continue. You say, and prevail against thee. So they will prevail against Esau. The East Indian, the Ethiopian, the Saudi, the Qatari. Okay, the list goes on. As long as they are not Esau. Any nation that is not Esau or Edomite, guess what they're going to do? They're going to prevail against Esau. They'll be able to win against Esau. And that's what you're seeing right now. That's what you're seeing. The Most High is unfolding it slowly. It's opening up slowly. The Most High is opening up slowly. Right? Let's keep it up. It say, they that eat that bread have laid a wound on the deep. Those that eat his bread. Those that deal with Esau. They do business with Esau. The Most High say they lay the wound. They lay the wound. Okay? On the deep. Imagine that. They lay the wound under Esau. There's none understanding him. There's no more understanding in Esau either. Why? Because if there was understanding, they make fun of the people that live in Africa. That is the famine. How come you claiming that you smart, you're intelligent, you got power, you're the most mighty country, you're the most powerful country in the whole world, and you're running out of your man-made infant milk, man-made infant milk, you're running out, something you make, you control yourself. Supposedly you control it, right? And you're running out of it. How do you do that, man? I'm trying to understand, how do you do that? How did that happen? So where are those great guys that went to the school, Harvard University, all these places, they study, they know a lot of stuff. They got a big background. They work 25 years here. They work 40 years over, and they got a lot of things. They know that. Where are they? for America to be running off infant milk. How you break that down, man? I went in the store, one of these Edomite store, right? I went to one of these Edomite store. I usually go over there to drop packages, right? I went over there, and the next thing I realized, I read on the shelf, you say, well, infant formula milk or baby milk is only 3 per family. I'm like, whoa, whoa. Then I saw the shelf is fully empty. I'm like, wow. Then yesterday, I was watching this, it's like Indian, I don't know if it's an Indian TV, right? One of these Indian TV, where the anchor, she said, where that the U.S.A. being hit, there is a shortage in baby infant milk. I'm like, okay, okay. So the Most High movement will say, you know what? Go and address it. Open it up. Give understanding. Give warning to our people. Give warning to the men and women of Israel. The so-called blacks, the so-called Latino and Native Indian. The Most High let me know. Hey, give them warning. And that's why we coming out here to let you know. He said, there's none understanding in him, right? Shall I not in that day, say the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? So who is destroying all these smart guys? Supposedly they're smart, they're intelligent, they do this, they're mighty, blah, blah. Who is destroying them? It's the Most High. The Most High say he's going to destroy even the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau. And that was happened. Because your time is over. The time of Esau, Edom is over. The clock is ticking for Esau, Edom. Okay? The clock is ticking for Esau, Edom. The clock is ticking. They're out of time. That's why they want to wrap up everybody for the NWO. The NWO and what? The MOTB. You got to keep in mind. The NWO and the MOTB. The 666. The image of the beast. And the beast is Seth. All right? So you got to keep in mind what's going on. How can that be happening in a very mighty and powerful country? How can they be running out of man-made infant formula or baby formula? Now you come to realize that a lot of you out there, men and women, right? You don't love yourself and you don't love your children. You don't love your children, okay? And that you hate the Most High, you hate your children. Why am I saying that? In the beginning, from the creation of the world, did the Most High ordain, did God, the creator of heaven and earth, okay? Did he ordain, did he command that women should feed the baby infant milk? Is that written in the Bible? Can we find that in the Bible? Can we read anywhere in the book of Genesis, in the book of Exodus, in the book of Leviticus, in the book of Numbers, Deuteronomy, in the book of Isaiah, in Matthew? Can we read anywhere where the Most High told the woman, well, listen, when you have your baby, right, you go buy infant formula or infant milk and you give it to the baby. Did the Most High ordain something? Was that written? Was that in the beginning of the creation? And the answer will be what? Nay. Never. It was not in the beginning. Where did this came from? It came from Satan and his children. Satan and his agent. Because they have an agenda. What is the main goal? The main goal is written in the book of Psalm chapter 2. He said, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The king of the earth have set themselves up. Book of Psalm chapter 2. Then you leave the book of Psalm chapter 2, you jump in the book of Psalm chapter 83. What did they say? What did this heathen, this nation say? He said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. Who are they trying to cut off from being a nation? They're trying to cut off the so-called blacks, Latino and Native. And now when you look at my color, my skin color, I'm not black. I got black and beautiful beard, right? And my hair's black, okay? But my skin is not black. My skin is brown, look like chocolate, right? They look like chocolate. So they know such thing as black people on the earth. They know such thing. Okay? It's different shade of brown. Some are lighter brown. Some are dark brown. Some are dark hue, light hue, and the list goes on and on and on. They know such thing as so-called black people. There's no black people on the earth. Okay? And there is no white people on the earth. Okay? None. No white people on the earth. It's all lies, garbage. Okay? They know certain white people. They know certain black people. It's all lie. Okay? Psalm 80, Psalm 83. Okay? Psalm 83. And we say Psalm chapter 2. Okay, so why do they see if it's not written in the Bible? Where do they get the idea from? Cause Satan, right, the light that fallen from heaven, okay, he's the one dealing with a lot of these people, right? Not only Esau, Edom, but Satan's dealing with all the nation. His job is working for the Most High. The Most High sets Satan up for the rebellious, the wicked, those that don't believe in the Most High. They don't obey. So if you don't believe, you don't obey the Most High, you don't want to keep the commandment, guess what? Your ruler will be Satan. Okay, and Satan, he got prophets. Understand? The same way the Most High got prophets working for him, Satan, he got prophets working for him. Okay, Satan, he got prophets working for him, and they're all over the place.